Hello. So I've spent over 6 figures this year on Amazon advertising. So if you're struggling to grow or even become profitable, then in this video, I'm going to show you some simple, tried and tested campaigns and strategies you can use to profitably grow no matter what your budget. So when I first started selling on Amazon, as you will probably have seen from my older videos, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just trying to work everything out for myself. I was running automatic advertising campaigns. I was wasting money on certain keywords. I wasn't using negatives to eliminate certain keywords. And I didn't really have any sort of strategy for how I was going to profitably grow my sales. And I wasn't properly tracking my profits anyway. And we made £138.93 on sales. So that was an advertising cost of sale of 119%. So basically we've lost more money. Since then, I've had a lot more success with my private label brand. I then set up an agency to help other brands sell on Amazon. I'm now working with clients all across Europe and we're managing well over 6 figures of annual advertising spend. The truth is, if you want to set up, launch and really profitably grow your brand on Amazon, then you need to understand that different types of products have different types of investment and strategy when it comes to advertising. When selling something like a skincare product, these big brands like Nivea, Dove, L'Oreal, they know that a customer is typically going to buy and come back again and again, maybe 3 or 4 times in the next 6 months. Whereas a product like an office chair or a gaming chair, typically a customer is going to purchase that product and they're not going to purchase again in the next 6 months. In fact, they're probably not going to purchase again for maybe 2 to 3 years, unless on the off chance that they need an additional chair. So these key differences is shown directly when you start advertising your product and you see how much you need to spend for your product advert to be shown top of search or in prominent places on Amazon. If you know this data already, you're already way ahead of the game. But if you don't know this data or you're a brand new brand just about to start, then don't worry, I'm going to show you how to work this out. As a beginner, this took me quite a while to get my head around, and I couldn't really work out why some products which had loads of good reviews were priced really competitively, converting well, really strong click-through rates, they still just were getting a way lower ROAS, return on advertising spend, and a higher ACOS than some other products which were, comparatively speaking, way less competitive. So if you're selling a product on Amazon already and this sort of thing's starting to ring true, then this video is going to help you out. And it's also going to show you how much you really should be spending on advertising and what your real ACOS could be for you to be profitable. And it might be a lot higher than you think. And if you're selling a product in a category which is eligible for Amazon's subscribe and save, like this, and you're suffering with poor performance, poor sales, high ad spend, then I'm going to give you 3 simple campaigns you can use which is going to help you acquire customers as cheaply as possible and help you turn things around. So if you're selling a consumable product which is eligible for subscribe and save, head over to the subscribe and save dashboard and check out how much revenue you generate on average from a subscriber. As you can see, one of my clients is generating around 1.85 units sold per subscription customer. And assuming then that the subscriber subscribes for 1.85 times, the lifetime profit of that customer is going to be £18.50 or 1.85 times £10. Therefore, when advertising, we could actually spend up to £18.50 on acquiring a subscription customer before we start making a loss. Now we know that we can spend £18.50 to acquire a new customer before we lose money. That actually might be a 70% ACOS on your first product sale to acquire the new customer. Knowing this and your campaigns are running at say a 50% ACOS, then you can actually scale them up a little bit higher as long as you've got the cash flow to wait it out until those customers come back and repurchase. These are obviously all things to think about when you're running an e-com business, and this is why if you're selling a consumable product and you're running your campaigns this way because you really want to scale as fast as possible, then it's important to look at how much cash you have available to repurchase stock, make new orders, pay bills, etc., etc. I'll do some videos soon for the best methods I've found for acquiring new customers and new subscribers on Amazon, some of the techniques and strategies you can use. But first of all, I said I'd give you 3 tried and tested campaigns that I've found, which is going to acquire you new subscription and new normal customers in these difficult competitive markets as cheaply as possible. But first, I just want to give a shout out to Amazon Ads. They have officially partnered with me and sponsored this video. We've come a long way, guys. Amazon Ads are now sponsoring and partnering my videos. Fantastic. So thank you very much, Amazon Ads. I recommend you all go and check it out. Use some of the campaigns that I've talked about in this video and let me know how you get on. So let's get into it. So the first campaign I'm going to talk about, number 1, retargeting similar purchases. For instance, let's say you're selling a women's skin moisturizer product. The customer uses it every day and it typically lasts for a month. We could set up an advertising campaign that retargets people that purchase similar products to that in the last month, in the last 2 months, in the last 3 months. This will then be the low-hanging fruit. They've just run out of that old product. They're going on Amazon to rebuy. We want to show our product and try and steal that customer from that brand. I've been running these across a few different clients that are selling these sorts of products and they have performed pretty well. So number 2, competitor product targeting campaign, an absolute classic. These I use across every client and my own brand, no sweat. And for the highest return on ad spend, if you target specifically inferior products to your own, even though these might not get a huge amount of traffic, the traffic that comes through, if you're showing customers a better product than theirs, you're generally going to get a click. Hopefully you're going to get a sale as long as you answer the objections on your product page, convert them, you're going to do well. So to do this, I would pick out 5 to 6 competitors that are either more expensive, worse reviewed or lower reviewed, or they offer something that just your product has way better. If you're selling a unique product for the same price, like you're selling a skincare product and you've got hyaluronic acid or you've got retinol or something like that, and the other company hasn't, then you want to try and leverage that. Show your product on those competitors and try and steal the sales. These campaigns are also a great way to get sales, and they're often a lot cheaper than they would be if you were bidding directly on the top popular keyword. For instance, women's moisturizer. I dissed these initially in the intro to this video, but I still use them today, and that's a low budget auto campaign. I will say Amazon advertising, their auto campaigns seem to be getting better and better. I don't know whether it's the algorithm getting updated, but the placements, the products they're targeting, the keywords they're targeting, they tend to be performing a lot better than they used to be. These are great for finding low-hanging fruit keywords that you wouldn't find otherwise, or in some cases, random products that you would run ads on and make sales on that you would have never thought you would have. So I would set one of these up, very low bids, run it, make sure you're getting impressions, use the targeting groups so you can split between close match, substitutes, loose match, and the final one. And basically run this for a week, up the bids, check you're getting impressions, check you're getting clicks, go through, and if you've had 10 clicks, 15 clicks, 20 clicks on a listing or on a product or keyword which has made no sales and isn't relevant, just add it to your negative targeting. And this way, over time, you're just going to be optimizing this auto campaign. You can find keywords, you can move them into an exact match campaign, bid on them specifically, and then you can run that on Helium 10 to track where they're being shown, whether it's top of search, mid-page, etc., etc. These free campaigns are a great way to implement into your advertising strategy to just help you start acquiring more customers and more subscribers as cheaply as possible. As I said, you can go after the men's moisturiser, the women's moisturiser, but when you've got big brands like Dove, L'Oreal, etc., all bidding £3, £4 per click, then these are the ways that's going to get you into market, get you some momentum going and get some traction that you need to start pushing higher so you can eventually bid on those terms and rank for those terms. There's of course so many strategies, so many different campaigns that you can use. Amazon advertising, if you log in, you try it out, there's some really good tutorials and they'll take you through everything that you need to get started. Also, if you need any more help, as I said at the start, I run Optimize e-commerce, which is an Amazon specific marketing agency. We've got clients all across Europe. We've taken multiple brands from 0 to 6 figures in the first year, and we're currently managing over 6 figures of advertising spend annually. And we can take care of absolutely everything for you, whether that's a complete management service or just a one-time little job if you need some help. Drop me an email, drop me a message, make sure you hit subscribe, comment below your thoughts, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Cheers, guys.